What's
What's
up,
going
Rebby?
on? How y'all doing?
Oh,
Good,
you got
good.
the specs on today. He's reading like me. It's like,
Yeah.
um,
I'm definitely not an R&Y guzzling like that. Yeah, I am. Surprisingly enough, I am.
bro, we're talking about accountability tonight and what that means to us.
hmm Accountability can go from working out to making sure someone watches your six whenever you might feel out of discord or out of line. Also, it can go into the concept of like you say you want to do something and I'll hold you to it.
So there's a lot. I mean, accountability can be enough. Again, there's so many things that I think a lot of our topics can include. So because there's a wide range of where accountability can lead you, and I
hmm
feel like it's different for all of us and for everyone that that's down in the chat and in the community. So I think it's a pretty good, and I want everyone to be active in this chat. I want everyone to participate. I want to know what everyone feels, what accountability means for them, and like what are the things that they want to be held accountable, or they hold themselves accountable for.
Hey, what up, C. Harris?
What's happening?
And my
Yo, you
stomach
got my
all
hat
full.
on, man. You got my hat on, Tony.
Well, it's a good style. I'm telling you, Corby, we
Yeah.
need to get you a hat.
Not with this curly hair, bro.
Oh, come on. We could
I
find you.
kind
We could definitely find you a hat.
I kind of like his teddy bear hat he had on the other day, man.
Yeah, I fucks with the teddy bear. I
The the
wear a
butt the
Scully.
the
Yeah,
bucket hat.
actually,
Oh, the Bucky hat? Yeah.
Yeah, I
the
like the
bucket
bucket.
hat. The bucket is good. The the Scully. As we get closer to
No
winter,
more demure.
we could all be wearing a Scully.
Hey,
Not
Selma.
and
Hey,
not bro saying no more demure.
Thanks, Nat.
is is for me, accountability is doing things even when I don't feel like it. Yeah.
For sure.
Um, is Bro and or Jason coming up, or are they coming up later?
They
They're gonna
coming up
come up.
later.
Yeah, they're gonna come up at quarter of a quarter of the hour. So it's about 8:45 Eastern. They'll be hopping up,
Yeah.
and we'll do the
hmm
Yeah.
announcement.
Accountability, man.
Uh,
I'm not going to get on my soapbox quite yet about accountability. I'll
so
let you guys roar the charge on that. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
can.
we can hear you, bro.
Speaking of
Yeah.
accountability, I hold everyone accountable for watching our sister chat every Sunday with our sister VSG Bestie and her um and her live talk Barry to me. And she goes live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. And every other Sunday, we have our friends Anna and Kate with Barry Unfiltered. And then I think every other Wednesday when they are available, we have our friends, the Barry sisters, Bree, Kara, and Janae, and they go live when they have a chance. I believe every other Wednesday. But again, the boys belong to Taco Tuesday, and we are live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Mm.
Don't forget
And
that we are pushing for 100 men for the bariatric retreat, and the bariatric retreat happens this November 7th through the 10th at Paradise Point Resort in San Diego, California. And tonight we are actually hearing who the winner is for the sponsor of Bariatric Male for um, that whole. Oh man, I am lost at thoughts right now.
yeah,
Uh,
for the whole, fundraiser to have a male go to the
yes,
bariatric retreat, have his
hmm
ticket
there it is. You
for
found the word I
bariatric
was
retreat.
looking for.
Um, hey, and just like Amber said in the comments, make sure you guys, when you have an opportunity, you can see over Tony in my head. Subscribe to that YouTube channel. We're trying to build that YouTube channel so we can get that platform often on races, often up to the races too, for the men that are on that platform. We'd like to represent them as well.
Yes, so we are
Uh,
live on. YouTube, right? We are streaming on YouTube. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
we're streaming tonight, but we will be
Mm-hmm.
every Tuesday. It'll be on there by Tuesday night. We usually download it if we're not able to stream live. But
Thanks, bro.
you can catch all our lives starting back from January. You can catch all of the lives if you've ever missed any of them, or if you just want to revisit all the fun that we've had this past year so far.
Yeah. So accountability. Where would you guys like to start?
Um,
Why is it required? Why do you think it's a requirement we need in life?
so I think holding ourselves accountable or having someone hold us accountable to follow through on things that we need to accomplish. I mean, in our journey alone, we need accountability because if we're not following through with what we need to do, it affects our health. Whether it's mentally, whether it's through our vitamins, changes in our appearance, our just even the accountability for like exercise and for eating and like all of these things, all like we need to be held accountable for or hold ourselves accountable because we miss one of these things, it affects the entire process and the entire journey that we're on, and it could have very adverse effects.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. For me, it's accountability is being like rigorously authentic to yourself. And what I mean by that is I choose not to lie to myself, right? But if I find myself saying I was going to do something and then someone else says, nah, you said you weren't going to do this, right? I like that person being able to call me out on that because at least I know I can't lie to them, right? Because I was so comfortable in lying to myself. It's like we would create these crazy ass narratives to rationalize our bullshit, you know. So then when someone said, "Didn't you say you weren't going to eat that?" Now, mind you, because I'm a bigger guy. I'm still a bigger guy. No one really was challenging that. Like they'll say, "Oh, you gonna eat all that?" They won't say straight up to me like, "You don't need to eat this shit," because they're afraid, one, to offend me, but two, they're afraid that I might react negatively. The reality is, I would listen to that in that moment and not eat that. Now, mind you, would I try to go and eat that later? Probably. But at least in that space, the more I got called out on, the more likely I would stop doing these things. All right.
Yeah,
So
I like the whole idea of, admitting when I'm wrong, or admitting that, yeah, there is something that, you know, I need to take, accountability for. I need to take responsibility for, whether it be what I'm eating, what I'm doing for myself, working out, truths, honesty, so on and so forth. So, yeah, accountability is a huge part of me and what it means to show some integrity, so to speak. So,
and again, the accountability that we take upon ourselves and the accountability we ask others to take account for us is part of the growth of, I think, this journey for us. I don't think that we've ever asked in the past. We've always decided that, all right, I'm going to go this alone. I'm going to do this on my own. I can do this. But one thing that this platform has taught me is that we are not alone and we do have people there for us and the support is there. And the support that you ask for is very important because you do need to ask people to hold you accountable. Yes, we want people to cheerlead us. We want people to, to get, to throw the shed us with pom poms and to pop the champagne for every NSV. But we also need people to hold us accountable because if we're not true to ourselves, we need someone to point those truths out and for us to for us to see, because again, we do lie to ourselves. We make excuses for why we don't do things, whether it's not eating, properly, or whether it's like I'm gonna, I haven't worked out for a week, but it's fine. I'll get back to it when I feel like it. It's those types of things that we don't. We make excuses for ourselves that someone will stop us on our bullshit. We need
Mm.
someone to hold us accountable and say, hey, you said you weren't going to do this, and look at the trend that you're creating for yourself. Like, do you feel right? Are you doing this for a reason? You want someone to be able to explain to you and to give you, you know, constructive feedback, or, yes, we all need a little bit of grace. And yes, that's part of this journey, is getting some grace. But how far is that leash given? Like, where's the stopping point of saying, hey, you know what? I think we gave you an inch, you've taken a yard.
I always
Each
say grace has an expiration date.
Yes, exactly.
I can only give
So
someone as much grace as I'm willing to have in my heart. All right.
yeah,
After I feel like my heart is played with, I can't give grace anymore. But that's just me. Uh, but then
it's
I had
having.
to,
Go ahead.
and then I had to reel it in for myself as the concept being like, all right, I gave you grace because what? Did I give you grace because I'm looking for that in the long run from you for something? Right? Like, so for instance, perfect example. If you and a significant other or your friend said, "Hey, we're gonna go on this diet this week. We're only going to have meat and veggies," right? So I'm like, "All right, cool, awesome."
Right.
Uh, but then they're like, "Man, I want a bag of chips," and you be like, "Man, I thought we said, but I mean, if you feel you need it, right?" So now I gave them this grace on this aspect of bag of chips. So the next day, say for instance, I was like, man, I'm just starving. I think I want a piece of pizza. Right? Now I'm looking for that extended grace back. Like, yo, I mean, you had a bag of chips. Now we're fighting over the grace we gave each other, but yet we're not holding each other accountable. Just because I had a bag of chips, don't mean you need a piece of pizza, and vice versa. Like, that's what I realize is a problem with that, right? So like, your grace should not encourage the behavior to be an extension to what you allow yourself to do just because other people are doing it.
Right.
Thoughts, Rab?
No, I mean, I totally agree. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't really have anything else to add to that. I mean, you covered it for me as far as grace.
So
Uh,
again, in trying to give yourself grace, but how far of a leash do you give yourself? Because I'll give myself as an example. I am the ultimate person to give myself leeway of saying, oh, I can have this slice of pizza. Or, all right, so for example, today we had donuts in the office. And these donuts they're freshly made. These ain't your typical Dunkin' Donuts that we all see on TV. These donuts are fresh made. It's an old fashioned recipe. This place is called Colonial Donut Shop. It's in Taunton, Mass. And I used to sit at this place and have a cup of coffee and eat like a dozen donuts by myself at this place back in the day. It reopened, and someone's bringing them into work, and it's everything that I ever loved. And it's like, oh my god, freshly baked donuts. These things are great. Um, so I have one. Give myself grace. But what do I find myself doing a couple hours later? Walking back into that break room and looking for the donuts, because there's 36 donuts that were bought today, and not everyone is eating them. I'm giving myself an excuse to walk back over there and holding myself accountable, saying, why am I coming back in here? Am I coming back in here because I want a donut? Am I coming back in here because I want to get a drink of water? Am I coming in here to go grab my Greek yogurt that's in the refrigerator that I brought as my snack? Am I making the excuse to say, you know what? Maybe I'll have both. It's the worst it's the worst aspect of making an excuse for yourself of just saying, "Oh, it's okay, I'll work out later." Like, so giving yourself a way out of saying, "Oh, it's okay, I can have another donut because I'm going to work out." How many how many times am I going to continue to say that and realize that I'm developing the same poor habits that I had in the past? Because this is what I did before. Only I wasn't working out. But where does it stop where it's just like, oh, I'll work out tomorrow. No, and all of a sudden now it snowballs. It's creating that narrative of making excuses of why I can eat something or why I can't work out. And as I compound these things, and it becomes the narrative of saying, "Oh, I'll work out later. I'll have another piece of pizza though." It's
Hmm.
it's that it's that full circle of making excuses for myself.
I want to tag into this aspect of when you said you're at the office and they had these freshly baked donuts. Now, can I ask you this? Did anyone else know that you've had either weight loss surgery or you've been working on your
Everyone,
health? So
everyone,
everyone knows. So everyone
everyone
knows,
knows.
right?
I have shared it with them. I've shown them pictures.
Okay, so you've shown them pictures and all that. Now, here's my
Yeah,
thing. Did anyone mention anything to you about going for another one?
no, because no one was in there.
Okay. So
It's
for
going in there when no one else is there because no one else knows.
hmm But then now you know, and that's the thing. Like okay, so say for instance, no one's in there, and now you have someone sitting next to you or whatever. You could have been like, "Don't let me go back there." Like
Hmm.
this is why I say like this is you being rigorously authentic and have someone calling you out because you call on yourself. You telling yourself like you on your like I tell on myself all the time because I rather just say the truth than get caught up in a lie because I'll be way more mad getting caught up in a lie than just stating, "Hey, I did that. I'm about to
Yeah.
do this," right? Because then I have to think about the narrative or how long the lie is until I get angry and be like, "You made me mad, so I have to walk away because you held me accountable to something I actually wanted you to hold me accountable for."
Well,
Yeah. It's
do you think about it though, Tony? Like before you say, okay, well, I'm going back in there. First of all, is there a chance? Is there a slight chance that you think about going in there when there's no one else in there?
yeah, most
Yeah,
definitely,
yeah,
100%.
yeah. But you
And
think about it.
but yeah, exactly. I'm
Yeah,
calling myself out before I even get up and walk back over there.
yeah. And
And
that's
that's
just, is that just enough accountability? Is that all the accountability we need? And I bring this up because I wanted to also piggyback on the fact that I went to the gym. I was going to the gym consistently for like a month and a half, 2 months, and we were talking about this earlier. And I haven't been to the gym in like a week, just like that. I haven't been to the gym in almost a week, and I'm like, oh shit, I know I need to go to the gym. Well, just knowing that I need to go to the gym isn't putting me in the gym.
no. But what are you doing though?
I'm doing push-ups, but
So you're creating an action, but you know that so it's at least you're doing something. And I'm giving you a little bit of grace here. You do need to
right,
get yourself back in the gym, but you are
right,
physically doing something, push-ups. But again, push-ups will only take you so far.
right.
Um, are you going for that walk? Are you like you're getting yourself out of a routine? You've created a routine that you want to be consistent on, and now you're becoming inconsistent. So
Which is the same for you, and with the
yes,
whole, yeah,
I give
it's,
you credit that you're at least doing something. You're doing push-ups,
yeah,
but again, we also said, you know what, you don't want to fall off track, and you do want to get yourself back in there.
right.
So,
Well,
but
also, I think, Rev, I don't think you realize, but like when you tell someone, "Hey, I didn't go to the gym for a week," that's subconsciously you just trying to telling yourself.
yeah,
Like you did that subconsciously, and say for instance, after that, Tony the next day was like, "Hey, you gonna go to the gym? What you gonna do?"
Yeah.
Now he's on your ass, and like he's
Mm,
on your ass for the right reasons
yeah,
because you called yourself out. That's my point. It's like sometimes it just takes us calling ourselves out for
mm,
people to be reactive or responsive to one to actually help us through the change. Right. I
Mm.
think that's how I know for me, like, or not for me. I know there's a concept of like, if I feel guilty for what I'm about to do, and then I have internal shame about what I'm about to do, I'll have negative thoughts about myself, and I'll create a problem behavior to get the attention to receive if someone cares enough to react to what I'm doing. Right. I'm doing it for the attention for someone to hold me accountable to say that's wrong. You shouldn't do this. Versus if I already feel guilty about it, there's my point of calling myself out because I'm having the thought and I know it's not a good thought. I know it's not going to be a good response. I already know this is going to snowball into some detrimental shit that isn't going to help me grow. Right? There's that perspective of like if you're even a football player. I know y'all play football.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So they called out the play for a reason, right? They didn't do it silent. They called out the play to have everybody be held accountable to the block, to the post they're supposed to run, to whatever direction the running back's gonna go. People are calling out and always moving their head on a swivel as a means to be able to hold everyone accountable in that space, right? Because you have 11 men on the field and you have to make sure they're also aligned to the assignment they got to do. And that's what I want people to feel and understand. Like, that's what accountability looks like for me. It's the idea of I see the field, I see the scope. I need to call it out so people can see that, hey, this is me being honest with myself. Right. When I was doing my walks before I did these walks here, and I was doing them like in the beginning stages of myself, when I didn't do a walk at 9 a.m., I got a text on Facebook Messenger like, hey, you walking today?
Mm.
Bet. Say less. Right? I'm there because I was going to give my excuse of like, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I was like, I could start with a little movement right there, even if it's just a mile, right? That's something versus I said, I'm not going to do anything. Like, that is why I like that whole, like, make a scene and be called out for people to see that you're visible to what you're trying to be held accountable for.
What about this? What about this? And I don't mean to go down this rabbit hole, but the whole trying to hold yourself accountable. You want to do what you're supposed to be doing. You got your team, you got your circle in your ear, but you're just not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be, not giving yourself enough grace, whether that just being too tired, stressed out, depressed, whatever it may be. Like, I mean, what's the best way to work through that? And it would be simple for someone just to say, just get up and just go do it. But that's just not it's not going to happen, for
So,
some people.
so what I would say to someone is if you can identify the why and why you don't want to do it, that's the
Mm,
first step of admitting that something needs to change.
mm,
Right? If you're telling yourself, "Hey, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I don't want to do this," right? Fine. You're finding all the reasons why outside of the truth. And that's like that moment. Like if you can be honest and be like, I really just don't want to do it. Okay. You don't want to do it. Be honest with yourself. Don't feel guilty for that honesty that you speak on. Feel guilty when you lied to the people why you couldn't do it. All the reasons why you made an excuse because then you had something in you to do. You just didn't follow through with
mm.
it.
So, all right. So I have, this is going to be my accountability ask for you guys because I feel like I talk about this a lot and I talk about like just like nutrition and eating habits. I make, I make my food every day. I make a lunch. Things have changed since I've switched jobs. And of course, everything that these damn people do is eat. They love to eat. And there's always something good to eat. So I want you, the both of you, to check in with me every day. and see how I'm doing. I want you guys like, hey, what are you eating? Have you snacked? What snacks did you bring? I want, this is what I want from you guys. I want you guys to hold me accountable so I can be conscious because I may tell myself, I don't need this, but I want to know that, you know what? I don't want to lie to you guys because I wouldn't lie to you guys.
Mhm.
Um, I want you guys to be able to hold me accountable so I can hold myself accountable. And I don't want to be a 50-50 shot because that's how it's been lately. It's been a 50-50 shot of me going, huh, I guess I'll have this. I think I'll eat this. I think that it would do me wonders if I was able to, because the restriction is lessened over this, over, over the last, like, I want to say 5 months. So I think that's where I've struggled a bit. And I feel like my eating habits have not been 100% where I want them to be. Um, and I feel like I talk more about it, but I don't do anything about it. So maybe I need help with this. So I'm asking you guys to help me with this.
Hey, man, thank you. Thank you. You know why I want to say thank you to this? Because that's the first step of showing that you are vulnerable enough to tell us that this is what you want us to call you out on. And two, that's how much you think that we care to love about you. Right?
Mm,
That's real. That's the meat and potatoes of what real love is. It's the fact of I know someone cares enough to call me out on the things that are difficult.
Yep.
Right?
yeah. And accept it though, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like you ask for it, now you'll get it, and it's like, I don't want to get to a point where I feel bad because I'm reminding you about something, or I'm
But
trying
that's
to help you
but that's
stay accountable.
that's what I've asked for. And
Yeah.
I can't back out of this. I can't back away from this. So if I
This is
do have something and I say, you know what? I did have this. I did have a, like, I have a slice of pizza today, or I had a muffin today, or I had
Mm,
something that I felt I shouldn't have ate.
mm,
mhm.
You guys can be like, okay, you had this, but now you know now you know what you need to do the rest of the week, or now you know what you need to do from here on out. Because you can call me out if I had another muffin today, or I had another slice of cake, or I had something. So if you notice consistency in poor eating habits, that's where you guys can hold me accountable. But checking in with me daily is gonna help hold myself accountable because then I can be like, you know what? I know that they're going to check in with me. I'm going to be more mindful about it, and I don't want to let you guys down because I want to be able to come back to you guys and say, no, I've had the snack that I prepared for myself. I've had something healthy today, and I'm not, or I can tell you like, hey, I'm struggling today. I'm thinking about going over and grabbing stuff. There's cake in this freaking room, and I can't deal with this right now. Talk me out of it. Something, just someone to talk me through and give me perspective of like, do I really need this? Because I will talk myself out of
yeah. I
And
mean, I mean, just real quick to put it out there, I know where you want to be in about a year and a half from now. you
it.
know, and we've talked about it plenty of times. So, in order to get there, and if you don't get there where you want to be, I could just imagine what you'll go through emotionally if you don't reach those goals you want to reach. So, me and Ryan are definitely there for you. I don't know if this is a Slack thing you want to do or just a text, but
And you know what? It's reaching out. If you want to DM me in Slack, if you want to hit me up on my own text message, I know that you guys are reaching out because I do check both.
yeah,
So
okay, okay, I'm down for that, bro. I
yeah.
appreciate it. I think that that right there is generally you say, hey, this is why I said it's the I feel guilty for what I'm doing because I'm having these thoughts, I'm having these mindsets. Here's my flashing sign to say, hey, I need the help. Can you help me?
yeah,
And I respect that. Like a lot more people need that. Right? A lot of people will rationalize a whole narrative of why someone will say no or excuse to why they don't want to do it or what fear they might have, and they will shut down.
Yeah,
They will limit the authentic version of themselves and only give them the perception that they want to be seen as.
yeah. And again, like how many, like I can reach out to but again, I have to wait for my therapist to get back to me. I have to make an
Hmm.
appointment. There is time in between my appointments. There's times in between the times I see my nutritionist. They can't be side by side with me 24/7. But I do have you guys there, for the support. And that's the support that I think all of us are looking for. It's a lot easier for us to show support early in our journey because we have restrictions and, what our mindset is all about creating good um, good habits and to we're more mindful about things because of the restriction. But as we get further out and we become more lax with what we're doing, and we self-consciously start to say, oh, I can give myself a little grace. It's those things where we start to make those excuses because, again, very early in my journey, yes, I'm whatever 17 months out. Again, I'm still in the infancy of this journey. I'm again, so I'm a year and a half, or a little over a year and a half, almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in March. That's an infant. I'm still learning how to navigate this journey. Again, we could all say that we're weight loss experts because we all know how to lose weight,
Hmm.
but we're not experts at keeping it off. This has been our narrative for our lives because we wouldn't have yo-yoed as much as we've had. So, but this is also something that we've never done before is we've never had a community of support. But it's
Mm.
great having all the support of, like, again, the all the congratulations and all the celebrations and stuff. But the support that we don't want to have sometimes is having that tough conversation. Someone says to us, are you sure you should be doing this? And I know that in this community, it comes off the wrong way because everyone has a certain delivery. Some people are tough. Some people give you tough love. Some people have, a way of, telling you, like explaining to you step by step, like, this is what you're doing to yourself. Are you sure you want to do this? But I know that if I don't ask the person that I trust to tell me and to call me on my bullshit, I know who my support group is. I'm a year and a half to almost 2 years in. I know who I can reach out to. I know who my support group is. I should be able to come to you and say, hey, you know what? I'm struggling with this. I need your help. I need you to be there when I need you because I don't have my therapist. I don't have my nutritionist. I can't wait for my doctor to tell me. This is what we're all here for. And this is, I think, something that, there are people in this community that are great at because they're always there at the drop of a dime.
Mm.
So again, I reach out to you guys because you guys are my brothers.
I appreciate that, bro.
Halftime.
Halftime, halftime, halftime.
Auto
Drink your
check.
water. If you got some
I,
water, take a sip.
I didn't drink all mine.
Yeah, I don't think that was a sip, Corby.
I was thirsty, bro. I
Hey,
was
you know
thirsty.
what? When you're thirsty, you're thirsty.
Take a sip. Take your vitamins if you haven't taken them. Please.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the
If you're
good thing to do.
parched, yes,
I'm a
Make
little
hydrate,
sure
hydrate,
parched.
hydrate.
make sure y'all are tuning in every Sunday to our sister chat with VSG Bestie. Talk Barry to me every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. We are going to bring up Jason Smith with Barry Nation and Bariatric Bro with uh,
Bariatric Society.
Bariatric Society to announce the winner of the ticket for the bariatric
Retreat.
retreat in San Diego, California, November 7th to the 10th. So makes us just find out who that is. We'll find out before we sign off, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
for sure. In
that's
the next
it.
15 minutes.
Next 15 minutes, we'll talk about it. And again, I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
been
I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Also,
Like,
for the men in the chat, if you don't know, we have a Slack group where we held a chat conversation throughout the day and or week. If you're interested in joining that, it's wide open for you. And check out the link in the bio. It's a Slack app that you would download on your phone or your smart tablet, what have you, and you could join us in these conversations that we're looking to have moving forward. So everybody is welcome that is a man to come hang out in that space.
so do you think you want to get some perspective from Jason and possibly Bro if they want to come up?
They want to
For
come
sure.
up.
Yeah, for sure.
Why not? Like, yeah, we can wait 15 minutes, but let's bring them a bit into the conversation. All right, so
For sure.
Jason wants to come up. Bro, if you want to come up and talk too, you can come up, or you can come up in 15 minutes whenever whenever you're available.
What's good, fellas?
What's
What's
happening,
happening,
What's
bro?
Jason?
good?
Well,
Oh, as little as possible.
yeah. Man, accountability is the topic. As if you didn't know, I saw you in the comments. It's
Yo,
challenging
yo.
sometimes, man. What's up, man? How you
What's
doing,
good,
bro?
fellas?
What's good?
Yeah,
What's good?
Cooling, cooling.
it's challenging
Yeah, no,
sometimes. So yeah,
absolutely. Accountability is hard because we can, like Tony was saying, we can talk ourselves into or out of anything. We become expert salesmen when we want to do or not do something. And so,
Hmm.
like I like to say, like we can sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves if we wanted to. If
Hey.
we really want to do some shit,
Listen, speak now.
we'll figure out a way to do it if we really want to. Or we can figure out a way to not do something if we really want to. Like that, like yesterday, I was talking about it. I when it was time for me to go to the gym yesterday when I got home from my trip and shit, because I was like, I don't want to not go, and so I packed all my stuff. I went to the gym and it was closed. So instead of going home and being like, oh, let me just have an off day, a rest day, no, I dug out my damn weights that I have at the house, and I still got a workout in. I got 4 out of the 6 of my exercises in that day when I could have just not done it at all because there was nobody for me to check in with and say that I did or didn't go.
yeah,
So I didn't really have to do it. So
You told
accountability,
me.
no, right. Yeah, exactly. But I told you after I told you I modified what I was
Right,
doing.
right,
Like,
right.
and that was the thing. Like I could have just not said shit about it and be like, well, I took it, it's the trip and we got back.
Exactly.
I could have come up with 1,000, and I tried. I tried to come up with 1,000 reasons to why to not do it, but I was just like, no, I have to do this for myself. And I think a lot of, like, for me, I've had to adjust the accountability and start it with me before I bring anybody else into the fold. Because what happens is I start relying too heavily on people, and then I can just just as easily just remove them from the equation as I added them to the equation. And so when I get into that mind frame, I'm like, well, look, some of this shit I got to hold myself accountable for before I can worry about anybody bringing anybody else into the fold. So it has been it's been life changing for me looking at it from a different perspective in that way.
yeah,
For sure. For sure.
What's up? I definitely agree with a little of everything that everybody said. And for me, accountability is important, just like communication and honesty in any friendship, relationship, in anybody that I'm close with. Like, if you're not holding me accountable, then are you really my friend? Are you really like, I need that just because I'm gonna hold you accountable. Just like if we all hanging out sitting together and one of y'all got a booger in your nose, we're not gonna sit here and kiki and hey, listen, bro, real quick, knock that out. Like, because I've been places and been around people where you just stand there, you could see somebody disrespecting somebody, you could see somebody just being wild, and everybody just chilling like it's all cool, and it's not. You know what I mean? Like at some point, people got to speak up, and I'm a firm believer in speaking up and doing what's right.
Dang.
And then also my accountability, my posts. If I don't post my workout, I feel like I ain't do something right.
That's real.
And
That's
and
real.
that's like, and sometimes I actually beat myself up about it too. Like today, like Jason is my proof that I did my workout, but I don't have proof that I did my day 3. You know what I'm saying, today. So
Mm.
yeah. But I was on live doing it for 2 hours, so yeah, I did it. We was in there.
You got to be.
So a question for those of you in the comments and those of you on the panel: how are you about like taking someone holding you accountable? Like how do you feel about taking accountability? I mean, do you get to pick and choose what accountability you take?
I
You
think
know?
I think that
So,
also depends on the relationship that you have with people as
Yeah.
well too. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, because I mean I would say something to a stranger too if I felt like they were doing something or saying something wrong or crazy. So I guess it's different for everybody, and a time and place for it as well too. Like if it's not needed or warranted in a group setting where I need to pull you to the side and do that. So it's kind of, I guess it could be different
Mhm.
or situational, I guess.
Well, I'm wondering, like, if like a stranger came up to you or someone you're not even really that close to was trying to hold you accountable, and what they were trying to hold you accountable for was something you should be accountable for, but
Hmm.
just because of who they are and when they say it or the time, I mean, should that matter? I mean, how do you receive that?
It would have
Well,
to be
how honest are
delivery, because if
yourself?
you come sideways,
Mm,
instantly sideways. I'm
mm,
coming straight back. You know what I mean? So it has to
mm,
be delivery for me. You know, I'm
mm,
Yeah.
not sure about everybody else, but you can't come crazy. Like if you're respectful, like, oh, I see you in the gym, but I see that you could be doing this or you could be doing this differently. This would help you, or you know what I mean,
mm,
something like that. But delivery is for me, is got to be it for me for sure.
Delivery is definitely a big thing because I think I just spoke on that as far as like how someone delivers that to you and delivers that message. But how honest are you with yourself?
Yeah.
You need to be honest with yourself because
Yeah.
again, you can have someone be sincere and trying to help you, but if you're not going to listen to that message because you're in denial, you're going to react in a negative way, or you're going to tell them that, you know what, I'm fine, I don't need this type of help, I didn't ask for it. Most of us do ask for it, but when you do ask for it, you need to be willing and accepting to say, okay, you know what, you're being honest with yourself, saying I need help. You need to be that's where you need to hold yourself accountable, but sometimes you don't even realize you're doing it. And if you
mm,
don't realize you do it, you have to be conscious enough to be like, to step back, think about what they're saying to you, and then be able to perceive like, okay, are they right, are they wrong, do you have, and still come back and be like, well, I feel like this is how this made me feel, and still be constructive. And maybe you guys can again, it's a tough road to navigate because again, it's all in delivery, it's all in reaction, and it's whether you're accepting of the information that's being given to you.
Yeah, I mean, to me, you're going to get what you give. If you come to me wild, you're going to get it wild back. Delivery is 100% everything, and it is a time and a place situation. Like, if it's something where you pull me off to the side and we talk about it, like, that's one thing. But if you just try to out me in front of whoever and everybody, like, there's shit that bro and I can talk about, and like, but he also wouldn't do that to me in a public setting. Like, he would pull me to the side, we would have a conversation, but he and I have done that. Like, we've had plenty of deep and difficult conversations, and we both know how to, we know how to approach it. We know how to accept it. We know how to keep moving and do things constructively. If you're just trying to talk shit, like, we got a problem. But if you're doing something to make me a better person in a situation or make me better about a situation, then that's something different. But like Johnny, RNY Johnny said in the comments, like, people want to be held accountable, but we don't want to be held accountable. Like,
mm,
we want the appearance of wanting to be held accountable without actually being held accountable, because we want to still be able to move with the freedom that we have without being held down or held back, or somebody calling out our kind of our two-sidedness, if you want to, in certain situations. When it comes to the journey, 100%, because we
Yeah.
want to be held, we want to act like we have these high standards and everybody follows the journey 100%, when we all know we're full of shit. I don't care how much we sit up here and preach and talk about the things. Nobody up here is perfect, nor would anybody be listening, watching and following along if we were, because nobody can relate to somebody who acts like they're perfect all the time.
mm,
that's very true. I think for me, when someone calls me on something that I said I was not going to do or said that I was going to do, I just get more mad at myself because I hurt that person. I have a real big issue that when I do something wrong, I want to punish myself. I vocalized that before. It's like I feel deeply sorrow and sad that I hurt this person, and in order to feed that pain, I have to do some extreme exercise or whatever to let go or release how I feel because I don't want to internalize that and make myself think that because of this one incident, I'm a terrible person. Like, essentially, like someone holding me accountable, okay, and I made a mistake. I made a mistake. It's now my duty to react to that accountability from that person by doing the thing I said I was going to do and follow through, right? Not quit on myself in that moment.
Yeah,
You know,
I like that.
Yeah.
840. Thank you all for the 13,000 likes. We appreciate your hanging out with us tonight. Talking about accountability. It's been killing me this whole time we're sitting here talking. I have to pay due to all four of you on here and a lot of you in the comments, man. You have no idea how much your content and our conversations hold me accountable every single day. Especially you, Ryan, man. I can't stand you sometimes, man.
I love you
But
too, bro. I can't stand your ass
I
half the
know,
time,
man. I
but I
know.
love you.
But the stuff that you be saying to me, man, and the reason why I can't stand you is because you're right. You're right. And the things that you say to me and get on me about, man, I mean, I got to suck it up and really take accountability for the decisions I make, the things that I say, um, out of respect for the people I'm in business with. It's not just about me, and it comes off selfish. And here is a prime example of taking accountability for myself in honor to be a part of this community and the guys I share this panel with. That I totally respect you. I'm learning in this whole journey every single day. Like Tony said earlier, man, I'm only 16 months post-op. It is so much to learn. It's so stressful. It gets really depressing sometimes, and I'm really happy to say that I have this platform and the people that I'm exposed to that support me along this journey. So I appreciate the role that you all play in my life. So I just wanted
But
to get that out there.
but that's the important thing, knowing that we're gonna love you at your best and we're gonna love you at your worst.
Right.
That's the support that we all need. Is that yes, there are going to be times when we are at our very worst and we're at our lowest, and that's when you're going to need us the most.
Mm,
And that's when you need to be lifted up. And
right.
again, we'll be there to pick you up. We just want to see you learn from your experiences, just like I
Yeah.
want to learn from mine, just like, all of us want to learn from our own experiences. Again, we're not all perfect. We make mistakes. So, I mean, this is part of the journey, not only just for our bariatric journeys, but life journeys. We are constantly learning in life, and we're going to make mistakes, whether it's, on this type of journey or just in life in general. It happens. We're human.
Amen.
Well, and also too, like you and I talked about before, Rab, like people understand, like we represent these brands, we do these things, we come on, we our lives and things, but people understand that we're human behind the camera. Like it's not, it's just us talking to the phone and talking to the people, but at the same time, like we're human beings. Like we're going to have struggles. We're going to have, we're going to fall. We're going to have missteps. We're going to mess up. And the thing about this community that's so amazing is when you see people have these missteps, when you see people have these problems, the biggest thing you notice is this community rallies around to help lift us up when that happens. It's the same thing you see when people disappear from the community for months at a time and then come back and say, man, I'm really struggling. Like I've had some regain, or I haven't been following my plan and I'm having all these problems. You don't see the community go, well, too fucking bad, you shouldn't have left. And they just like bounce out on them. What they do is they rally around and say, hey, guess what? We're still here. We can get back on the wagon. Like, let's do this. What do we have to do to get, to get you back on track? So that goes for not just the bariatric journey, but it goes for life journeys as well, because this, the mental health aspect of this journey least focused on pre-op and the most talked about post-op, but they don't want to fix it pre-op.
Right.
Because it'll scare too many people off. If they came and told you exactly what entails post-op, if they told you that shit pre-op, surgery numbers would plummet because people would be like, I don't want to deal with all that shit. Well, guess what? And that's the thing. It's like, I would much rather be dealing with the ups and downs of the mental aspect of this post-op than I would still be 480 pounds.
Right. And Brock, I could tell you being 5 years out, it's a roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? We might post all the good shit online, but it's not always good shit. I'm depressed, I'm sad. I've never cried this much in my entire life.
Right.
Since having bariatric surgery, honestly. So it's real. It's not always good. Like you're gonna have your ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? But as long as you don't stay in your downs.
This is true. I remember
as long as you get back up, you know what I'm saying, shake this shit off, get back up, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be straight. And we got your back.
Oh, for sure. And like I think for me, I have to respect the fact that sometimes you gotta hold people's space, right? And allowing them to be in it. Like I can pump somebody and say, man, you ain't depressed or whatever. Like, but if I give someone enough space to where I say, hey, you might be depressed, but I'll sit with your depression. I'll sit with you. I'll listen to whatever you're going through. I'll let you vent. All right. I'll let you get it all out. And then I'll allow you to build yourself back up. Right? I tell my clients all the time, therapy is not necessarily me giving you all the answers. Therapy is you laying on the ground, right? And your arm is extended out there, right? And my arm is extended out there, and that's 40% of my arm. And 60% is you slowly picking yourself back up. All I am is the anchor to your solution, right? I anchor you in, and you pull yourself up. Right?
Oh, but it's gonna have to be solution based. Like we're not gonna leave it at I'm depressed and I guess we're just gonna be depressed. No, we're gonna find our way out of the weeds together. Because
that's right.
You're gonna find a way out. Like I'm not just gonna leave you there just being depressed and being like, man, that's gotta suck. Anyway, I'm off to go do my thing. Like, take it easy. Like that's not how that works.
And
like,
that's why I think this community is important. Because we need it. You know what I'm saying? We love and support the women, but we have our own struggles, and again, we're the 20%. So again, it's not a lot of us out here talking about it. So they need to see other brothers, other fellas out here going through the same things.
Exactly. And I think that we're starting to see a lot more visibility, and that's what gets us excited. And that's that's why we feel like we can get the 100 men to bariatric retreat, because the numbers are starting to grow and men are becoming more vocal and more present within the community. And this gets us excited, and it gets us excited for what we are about to announce. So we are at the
Who's got a ticket? Who's got a ticket?
I wish I had a drum roll.
I picked up 2 tickets. Hold up, I got to do that again. That sucks.
Someone's probably like, "No, that was my name."
That's funny.
Dr. Carol Brown, Dr. _ Carol Brown.
All right.
Okay.
Let me see if he's in this live. I thought I saw
Are they in the comments right now?
I'm checking right now.
I hope they're there.
Dr. Carol Brown. I didn't write down your first name, but I think it's Carol.
It is.
Well, anyway, you want a free ticket to retreat? We will send you a DM and we'll send you all the information, brother.
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
I'm super happy for you, bro.
Yes, and we cannot wait to meet you at bariatric retreat. It's going to be a definite vibe. We are excited.
Another announcement, and for anybody else that's looking to make it to retreat, tonight tickets are $50 off. tonight.
Tonight's
Okay.
the night. $50 off.
$50 off the
No
ticket.
code needed at all.
And if that's not motivating enough to get a ticket, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I'm hyped. I can't wait to send him a message. We need to add him to the group text.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
man, I'm excited, man. Hey, man, I'm thankful for you,
I'm
man.
hyped. I can't wait to
Like
meet you too.
I gonna lie, like y'all realize that y'all welcome me with warm arms into this community. So I'm so appreciative of what space you give me in your community, but also what you allow to like engage with me. So I thank you every day, guys. Like I even reached out to bro on just a message, just telling him, hey, bro, I see you, bro.
Y'all,
Just out the blue.
right here,
Just, hey.
I'm tough as nails. You hear me? I was like, bro was tugging at my heart a little bit. He was hitting it. It was dope. I definitely appreciate that, brother. I talked about that today too to my mother.
I know that's right.
No, this is cool. I mean, I finally get to meet Ryan. I finally get to meet Jason because I didn't get a chance to meet you in Jersey, but we got to hang out with Bro a little bit and chit chat and stuff. And I got to hang out with Rab a few times this year.
But also, Ryan, let me tell you something. You came in here like a wrecking ball. You came in here as this gentle giant that just like transformed people's lives just through your words. You know what I'm saying, bro? So
Appreciate that.
keep being dope, bro. Keep it up, man, for sure. We see you for sure.
And may I just say that bro is okay, but I'm a real good time.
Briss is a great time till about 9:15.
Till about 9:15, 9:30, she's gonna be lemon drop
napping.
out, and she's gonna be in the bed.
Hey, that's
leaning up against the closest wall, sleep.
And listen, let me tell y'all something. She will go to sleep anywhere. We could be at the club, at a table. You'll be over there turned up, and she's
somewhere. She'll be in a booth somewhere.
I could be asleep, but as soon as they play Cardi B,
it's over. She up. She turned up.
She's like a damn zombie coming to life. She was asleep coming,
and will jump up, turned up too.
The eyes just pop open.
It's happened to me.
Hey, you know what? Arissa done made it on the men's panel twice this year. She snuck up in there.
She always that's my manager, y'all.
Dusty, we're excited to meet you too. Calm down.
Listen, our DJ is everything. My best friend. We used to throw the best party since 13. So he is everything. We gonna go from Taylor to Gorilla. We're gonna turn it up.
John is dope. I love John.
We're gonna line dance. Yeah, it's
I'm excited.
All right, so while we still have you on panel, why don't you tell us what we have lined up so far for our retreat?
So far, we have 16 sessions, amazing sessions, and I'll name them all real soon. And then we have 5 workouts or 6 workouts? 5 workouts every single day. We have the luau, we have the first timer mixer, and we have this the prize gala that's going to be a masquerade theme on Saturday. And then salsa lessons on Friday, yacht party on Friday, free day is Friday, so you can explore the resort, explore San Diego, which is not far at all whatsoever. And then we have a brunch on Sunday to kind of like go home to, like a send-off type of brunch on Sunday.
Yeah.
The cool thing
How should we dress?
So for the good question.
That's a real
For
good
the
question.
luau, we're wearing matching shirts. I'll inbox y'all. We're gonna find something. I want all the men to have on the same luau, craziest shirt that we could find. I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna
I'm down.
But every other day, bro, super casual, super chill, super comfortable. Masquerade. I'm doing a tux. I don't know what y'all doing, but I'm gonna fuck it up real quick. But just real chill, bro, comfortable.
What's
Resort
average
style.
temperature? Average temperature in November in San Diego.
So the temperature typically is California, so it could be 90, but then it'll be 60 at night. You don't need a hoodie. So it'll definitely be warm during the day for sure, but you'll probably need like a hoodie or something, a light jacket at night. Okay. But to me, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be amazing weather. So because Cali is just, it's always good weather.
It was super nice the first time we were there. I didn't need, I was sure.
And that was late November, and it was really nice. We didn't have jackets or anything.
No, we did shorts and polos for the most part.
Yeah, we took our Christmas pictures in our pajamas.
I think the coolest aspect of this year that we haven't had in the past is going to be the first timer mixer, because a lot of times people just show up to the welcome party and a lot of people may feel like they haven't made any kind of connections yet.
Haven't met anybody yet, and
could possibly be overwhelming because so many people will be there. Mm-hmm. But that first time mixer and having some of the people that are vets kind of make their way through the first timer mixer and kind of meet with people and going to kind of calm them down a lot.
Shaking hands, giving hugs. But I feel like the first timer mixer is going to be lit because it's a lot of hype, ready first timers that's coming. So it's going to be a good time.
How many people do you anticipate being there?
So far we have 183 tickets sold.
Wow.
Awesome.
Wow, it's going to be a jam. Okay.
So yeah, we going to be outside. And the luau will be outside. The masquerade gala will be inside.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a beach close by, or is there one on the resort?
It's on the beach, and like the beach is, and once you leave the resort, which is like walking distance, once you cross the street, you can parasail, you can rent yachts, you can do jet skis, all walking distance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The resort is beautiful. I think there's 4 pools. There's 3 or 4 pools. They're all heated. It's a dope vibe. You're not gonna feel. You're gonna feel like you're at a resort on a different island. You're not going to feel like you're in San Diego, like at all.
Yeah, it does not feel like stateside at all.
You're not. Yeah, at all. You're not going to feel like it.
It's very tropical.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I didn't have a good time in Jersey, but it was cold. It was rainy. The wind was blowing right up on that, swinging a golf club. It was chilly.
If you had a good time in Jersey, bro, just think times 10.
Yeah. That's what I'm waiting
Legit.
for.
I'm not even hyping it. Jason can tell you.
I tell people all the time, all the meetups throughout the year are like the playoffs.
Yeah, it's the pre-part. It's the pregame.
The bariatric retreat is the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm excited. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, definitely.
And people kind of sleep on people talk about all the kind of the social aspect of it all, which is amazing. But the sessions there's so much information in these sessions. Like we have experts from all walks, from all ends of the spectrum when it comes to the bariatric community, and that you will leave with so much knowledge. Like it is going to be amazing.
You'll be late to your next class because you're still talking in the first class trying to get to it. So it's dope. You're going to get some great information.
Nice.
So I'm glad you said that because I remember when we went to Jersey, I just remember I'm like, I was going there for Topgolf and just to hang out with everyone. And I'm like, all right, I'll sit through this and I'll just see what it's about. But I actually took a lot out of that conversation.
Yeah.
Who was it, Brenda that spoke there?
What was the doctor?
It was a nutritionist. It was a nutritionist
in Jersey, bro. Remember? I know you're talking about
her name
right now.
The
bariatric nutritionist. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I took so much out of that conversation because it made me think about a lot of things, and so if you got 16 sessions, I mean, it's pretty much just a world of like knowledge, everything being thrown at you. So I mean, you could pick from it.
Every session is expert and patient based. Yeah. So it's always going to be a doctor, nutritionist, expert based, and then patient as well.
That's what's up.
That's really exciting.
And it's not just coming from me and Rissa; it's the community as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's awesome, and I can't wait to see everyone there. I can't wait to see the panels. I can't wait to, I'm going to try to spend as much as I can that day that I'm there, and I'm just going to do what I can, and try to get as much experience as he's allowed. Exactly.
Oh, and FYI, me and Jason are wearing sneakers to the Masquerade Gala with our tux. Just FYI.
You both are wearing tux?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
You're wearing a tux, Jason?
Yes, sir. But now that I have that revelation, which I was already gonna plan on wearing sneakers anyway, now I got to get a new pair because I don't have a pair that matches with the suit that I'm gonna buy.
Oh, you got a reason to go. Don't tell Sarah, y'all.
I mean, I already got. Look, I got 2 pair coming. She don't even know about right now. They haven't even.
That's funny.
Before now, I gotta add a whole other pair. So
I'm not gonna order any shoes before retreat, yo.
Yeah.
I might have to get the tuxedo Jordans.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just saying.
No, that's awesome. I can't wait. This is gonna be a total vibe, man.
That's
I'm
what's up. And
manifesting
then
the stage for
effectively
myself
stage for
next week.
9
myself.
That's
No
right.
shit,
o'clock.
no pressure, friend. I promise I'll keep it
You
PG.
want to close us out, Tony?
So again, we thank Jason Smith. We thank Bariatric Bro for coming up. Congratulations to the winner. We will send out a DM and we will actually we're gonna add them to the chat, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
we'll
Dr.
send
Carol
out the
Brown.
winner's information, and I can't wait to meet you all at Bariatric Retreat. And be sure you check out our sister chat, BSG Bestie, with Talk Barry to me every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific. Your boys, BME, live every Taco Tuesday, same time, same channel. Rab, close us out, my friend.
Peace.
Love.
Peace.
So, all right,
See
guys.
y'all.
I
Hey, have a
wasn't
good
ready.
night,
I didn't know
guys.
what we was doing.
Bye.
Have a good
So, hey, this is sign language for soul. Like, anybody ever realized?
We'll work
Anytime,
on this.
like, no one realizes, but this is sign language for soul.
We're going to work on this for the men's panel. We're going to do this right.
All right, fellas.
All right.
Have a good night, guys.
All right, man.